Johnson, Travis Pastrana, Conor Daly, kind of the three drivers that, like, you know, a lot of eyes were on. Just the fact that they were there. Travis Pastrana finished 11th on the lead lap, led a lap. Jimmie Johnson, not sure where he finished, but he
got caught
was
up
there.
in one of those late wrecks.
Yeah. But he was definitely there. And Conor Daly never really had a shot. Travis Pastrana, Seth.
Really, actually impressive. Genuinely. Yeah. For him to be up there at the end of the race, I think we all were like, "Wait, is that Pastrana?" So
yeah. I mean, he was. Oh, good.
No, you're good.
He was going for. I mean, if Almirola doesn't wreck him right there,
he ends up in the top 10.
He might end up with the top 5 the way they were going.
Yeah,
I mean, because they I guess he was sitting in there behind Bubba. You never know what happens with that line going down the backstretch. He might have had a shot at a top 5 there.
And that line was being pulled by Joey Logano. So
yeah, exactly. He was didn't he have a speeding penalty?
He had the driving through too many boxes.
That's what, driving through too many boxes. They fought back, got back on the lead lap, led a lap. He says by accident because apparently they were supposed to pit, but he led a lap. He did say that he probably won't be back. He said he had a blast, but he probably won't be back, which sucks.
It sucks, but it's not surprising. It was clearly like a bucket list kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, a huge shout out to Black Rifle Coffee, and do you remember what its other sponsor was?
No, I don't.
We'll go look it up. But shout out to them because they really made this happen for Travis. They knew this was a bucket list item for him, and they made it happen. And because of that, we got a great storyline and something will kind of a trivia question in a sense, and a lot of eyes to the sport that we wouldn't have otherwise had. So that's really cool for Travis. He seemed like he had a great time. And really that's all that matters.
What is he, the 7th different driver to run for 23XI, or do I have too many drivers?
Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace, Kurt Busch, Ty Gibbs, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, 8th. He's the 8th different driver to run for 23XI.
At the start of their 3rd season.
Wow. That's got to be like some sort of record for like.
Those are some Rick Ware numbers.
Well, yeah, and for them to really they had one full-time driver in 2021 and then 2 last year, and you only ran a 3rd car once.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Jimmie Johnson.
Jimmie Jam. He was noticeable at points in this race. He looked like he hadn't forgotten how to run a super speedway race.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely showed speed. He said he had a blast, which he hadn't hit too much. He hadn't hit enough shit to be having a blast super speedway race.
Jimmie's in the I've done proved everything. I don't have anything left to prove. I'm just going to go out and have fun phase of his career.
Yeah, he did bring up a good point. He was like, yeah, it's so much fun not having to worry about stage points. But yeah, I mean, Jimmie, he showed up. Obviously this isn't indicative of, what he's going to do the rest of the year. Maybe it is. You never know. I'm happy. I'm happy for Jimmie. Happy that he's having fun. We were talking about before we started the podcast. He's kind of one of those guys. It's like, he retired and now he's back, and it's like it's hard to like pull against him because he's not running full time. He's just out there having fun, and you kind of his legacy's been written. And
no. Him getting caught up in a wreck today just completely ruined my perception of Jimmie Johnson.
It definitely did. Yeah, when he wrecked, I was like, see, I told y'all he should have never came back, man. He should never came 7 championships.
Dude literally never wrecked in the 500 before today.
Yeah, except for pretty much every other year that he didn't win it. I guess nothing's changed, Jimmie.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but he's I hope he has a good time, man. It seems like he is, and it's good to have Jimmie back. Conor Daly, he probably had a miserable time. He could say he raced in the Daytona 500, kind of.
If you want to call it that.
Yeah. That team
has no idea what they're doing. Let's just say it.
Yeah, I don't even know that it's that. I think it's just I don't know, because I have some faith in Tony Uri Jr.
I
Because
just mean from like a structural level. Like
yeah,
Tony Uri can only do so
yeah.
much. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they do have I feel like they have decent people in place. It's just they're not, they're obviously probably limited funds, which is hilarious coming from a team called the Money Team.
Owned by Floyd Mayweather.
Oh,
Dude's
yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah. You would think.
This is clearly not a passion project from Floyd Mayweather. I'll put
No,
it that
it's
way.
not. It's now. No, he doesn't even have a charter. I don't know what the fuck this is for him.
This might be some sort of money laundering.
I think, yeah, you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
It could be.
There. I don't care. I'll put $30 in that fund because I want to buy a Conor Daly shirt.
Yeah.
But he's gonna run 7 races for them this year. And hopefully, I mean, they got quite a bit of coin for making the show, so hopefully they can put that towards actually doing a little bit better in their because I mean, the Cavs didn't do terrible for them.
No,
and
but it was this weekend. There was just it did
yeah.
Obviously it didn't start out right, and then they were playing catch up from
yeah.
the very beginning. So in their defense, like it just didn't start good. If they'd have had practice, maybe before the qualifying, it could have maybe been a little
wild concept.
Yeah, wild concept. God forbid we make our biggest race feel big and important.
Yeah.
Anyway, rant over. Apologies.
Yeah, but it's kind of one of those things. All 3 of these guys, I'm happy for them. Jimmie, I'm happy he's having fun. I'm happy for Travis and Conor both because they're great dudes and they bring other eyes to the sport and they get to live out, a bucket list item or dream, in running the Great American Race, which is nothing but awesome. And I really, really hope Conor runs a double. I really want.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's kind of something you can also say is I said this on the Duel podcast. Is that they're 3 guys who have nothing to prove, really. Conor Daly maybe the most to prove out of anyone, but
in this
they're putting and they're putting themselves in a vulnerable position. And it takes stones to do that, and swallow your pride and probably maybe run like shit and maybe not embarrass yourself, but in a sense, yeah. But they went out there and did the damn thing, and Travis had a great run. Jimmie had a great run going. Conor, no fault of his own, but he got in the race, and I feel like that was the objective for them. So good for them.